Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Damel's Delights. This channel is 100% vegan and cruelty free. It's a delight to be vegan. And in today's video, this is a new series that I'm creating called Self-Care Sundays. Your self-care day might not be Sunday, it might be the middle of the week, but you can watch this video and kind of do some self-care on any day of the week. And self-care can be as small as putting on a face mask and watching your favourite TV show, or it can be as big as doing a full house clean. Things that make you feel really good about yourself, caring for yourself, caring for your environment, and things that will just make your weekly workload a lot less stressful. So we're in the kitchen for today's video, and I'm going to do what I do on most weekends, which is look in my fridge and figure out what needs to be used, what needs to be thrown away, and what I can make from the leftovers to make use of some vegetables that might be going old, and fruit as well. I like to do baking, I like to do cooking, cleaning out my fridge. It's quite bleak at the moment. I need to do a grocery shop, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm just going to pull out everything that needs to be used. Starting off with some brown bananas. I like to put my bananas in the fridge once they start going brown so that I can use them for baking. I've got a half cut pineapple and an old kiwi fruit. This is tofu. That has gone off, so that one is to go away, unfortunately. This Raglan Coconut Yoghurt. I've had it for longer than I should, so I need to check out if it's still okay or not, and also it's leaking on the edge down the side, so I need to clean that one up. I've got some coconut cream that I think has definitely gone past its use by, so just realising how bleak my shelves really look. This is my vegetable bin. There's bok choy that definitely needs to be used up, 1/4 of a leek. This is red onion. There's some rhubarb here that I bought with the intention to stew, so I definitely need to do that this afternoon. Mushrooms, full head of broccoli, courgettes, carrots, lettuce, so all of those things I'm just going to leave in there along with the bok choy, and I just need to remember tomorrow night or this afternoon to make some kind of beautiful stir fry or a dish with these ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and start chopping up this rhubarb. I definitely want to stew it so that I've got some beautiful soft fruit for my oats in the morning. These bananas, I'm going to try a recipe that I saw on Instagram recently where they are covered in peanut butter, peanuts, and dipped in melted chocolate to make a vegan Snickers bar. Definitely want to try that. So we're going to do that. And we're going to do the rhubarb and the rest of the stuff. I'm going to cut up the pineapple and kiwi fruit and have it in a bowl for oats in the morning. Throw that away, see if that's still good. Otherwise it's not too bad. I know it makes no sense to take it out of one container and put it into another, but the thought pattern behind it is this is leaking and dirty. I can reuse this to take to the bulk food store, so I'm going to wash that one out. And then this is in a container where I can see through it and remember to use it. So whatever helps you to remember that you have a small amount of food in the fridge that needs to be used up, go for it, because this is the way that I'm going to remember that I've got some yogurt left. This pineapple is super juicy and beautiful. I find as well that if fruit remains in its full unchopped form, that I'm less likely to go to the fridge and use it for a snack. But if it's already prepped in a little cube, I'm going to pop it in my mouth and snack on it. Oh, it's beautiful and sweet. It's actually really nice. It's a couple of days over its best use by. My favourite way to peel a kiwi is to chop off both ends and a small amount on one side, and then you just get your spoon and you just go right underneath the skin and it will pop off. I don't like to cut down all the different sides because then you just waste too much. So now I've got beautiful slices of kiwi and beautiful cubes of pineapple for my oats in the morning. just going to tie up, put that here, now that we're going to be cooking. I'm actually really excited to make these banana Snickers type bars. I've got a double boiler, which I think is an excellent investment if you love to melt chocolate a lot, like I do. The kettle has just boiled, so the bottom pot gets filled with boiling water, just enough so it doesn't spill out and overflow. I've got a full block of the Whittakers 62% dark cocoa, and I've got 3/4 of the 50%. I really like blending the two. It makes a really nice flavour. So I'm just going to bash this. And maybe I'll just do 3/4 of a block of each, because I'm only really covering these bananas. A little bit of a stress reliever for your Sunday as well, for your self-care Sunday. Obviously the smaller the blocks, the faster it will melt, so try and get them quite small. This recipe is actually a fantastic way for me to use up all the leftover amounts of peanut butter that I have in my cupboard. Crazy amount. Pop the top on your double boiler and just leave it to the side. I'm going to quickly get this rhubarb chopped up now. Pop in a saucepan with a little bit of maple flavoured syrup, or actual maple syrup. You could do just water and sugar. I'm going to try just a tiny bit of water and a bit of maple syrup to stew up these rhubarbs on a low heat for a long time. Having never made this recipe before, I'm not quite sure. My granddad just told me stew the rhubarb with a little bit of water. I don't really know how small they need to be. I might do quite small pieces, although rhubarb does go quite soft. Okay, the rhubarb is boiling down quite nicely. It's got a very interesting smell coming off of it, but it's softening really easily. All I've done so far is water. I just wanted to try with water first, and it needs a bit more sweetness. Then I might put in some raw sugar or some maple syrup. Banana time. I've got this small tray that I'm going to place the bananas on. I'm going to peanut butter them, dip them in peanuts. I've got a almond peanut mix. So these bananas are not going to look very pretty, but they're supposed to be very sweet inside. Cutting them into quarters, in half and down the half. Any that are a bit too brown might just have to be frozen for nice cream. If you don't know what nice cream is, it's when you throw frozen bananas into a blender and you make your own ice cream. 1 ingredient, 2 ingredients, you can put some cocoa powder in. Very easy, very delicious. I hate wasting food. I think it was the family that I grew up in. Mum didn't really allow us to throw any food out. If it did get thrown out, it would go out to the birds on the back lawn. Yeah, so part of my weekly routine is to head into the fridge and freezer, find out what's there, and make with it what I can. I think we're going to do all of that for blended smoothies. This can all go into the compost. So I've got my Raglan Coconut Yoghurt tin. This is a really nice large one. So this one would be great for pastas, couscous, any kind of dry lentil in bulk. When I go to the bulk food store, so I'm just going to pop this one in the dishwasher. Oh, it's so easy to stew it. I really had such a misconception of stewing fruit. I thought it was a lot harder than it is. This is coming along really beautifully. So stewing rhubarb is really easy. Cleaning out peanut butter jars is a task that I leave until the very last minute. I think it's just that finicky getting in there and getting it out. So I leave them till they are empty today, because we're using peanut butter in this recipe. I'm going to empty these all out and then obviously clean them and use these for the bulk food store as well. This particular brand is Coco Ma Nuts, and it is homemade here in New Zealand by a lovely lady. I'll link her social media type stuff and website in the description box down below. This is a blend of coconut oil and peanuts, so it tastes really sweet, and I absolutely love this peanut butter. Smoothing this out, oh, I'm going to break these bananas, they're very soft. I think my recommendation if you're going to recreate this at home would be to chop and freeze the bananas before you do the spreading of the peanut butter and the dipping in the chocolate. Okay, this is the part that I'm a bit worried about. So I'm just going to dip the banana completely. Oh, it works really well. I don't really know if you're supposed to have it on the bottom or not. We'll try just for as much nut stickage as possible. So perhaps it would be good if I stick these nut and peanut butter covered bananas into the freezer for maybe like 10 minutes before I dump them in hot chocolate. Okay, I have got these bars that have come out of the freezer. They are a lot easier to hold and touch now. I've got 2 spoons, like the Instagram video showed me. I'm gonna pop the banana into the chocolate. I'm gonna roll the chocolate on top of it. Ooh. I'm gonna try and drizzle off as much of the excess chocolate as possible. Actually works quite well. And then we're gonna put it straight back onto the foil. I can't wait to eat these. So these are gonna be treats for work. It's just a good way to make sure you don't waste any food. It's a good way to bake in the weekend with friends or family. If you've got young kids, this is a fantastic idea to teach them how to make sure they don't waste any food. And another great thing about cleaning out your fridge in the weekend is you can take a look at what items you might need to buy for the week ahead. You can make a grocery list. Yeah, so for me it's just a really big part of my week now is to make sure that I put time aside to self-care, whether it be for my own health and beauty, whether it be for the house. Part of being able to be functional and less stressed and motivated throughout the week is by having things like this that you can just grab and put in a lunchbox. We've got a lot of fridge noise now, so I'm going to wrap this up. These bars are going to go back into the freezer to set. I would assume they would only take 20 minutes to half an hour, but so far they look absolutely delicious. I have popped the rhubarb, the stewed rhubarb that I made, into a container. My fridge is now clean. I've got that chopped fruit. That's the wrap of this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm going to bring you a lot more self-care Sunday videos. As I say, if your self-care day is on a different day, you can join it and watch on a different day. If you are inspired to clean a part of the house or to make something with your leftovers, please do comment down below in the description box. And I have got a few discount codes in that description box for food and vegan beauty items, so take a look down there. If you remake these, I would love for you to leave a comment. Tag me on Instagram if you post a picture of them. Please like this video, give it a big thumbs up, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.